Alright guys, I will be honest with you, I thought that after making the last video I made about this game I was fairly done with it, but quite recently someone pointed out in a comment a quite curious fact about this game which I think it deserves a tad bit of recognition, and that is the fact that Asphalt 8, a free-to-download game, has recently reached a total number of over 400 cars with the most recent update. And since I do really think that's something fairly rare to see on the racing games scene nowadays, especially on mobile devices, today I will be having a look into the implication this has for the game and for the entire Asphalt Saga, which I have mentioned recently on my channel as well. So with nothing else to add, let's have a look into it. Right as I am speaking right now, there are 403 cars on Asphalt 8, which might sound as not that many if you compare them to the 600 cars games like Forza Horizon 5 have, but if you think about it, you can't natively play Forza on your phone while you are commuting your way to work, while you can certainly do that with Asphalt 8. Having over 400 cars ain't no joke, because just for the sake of measuring how many cars there are on Asphalt 8 right now, if you spend 3 minutes on an average multiplayer race on this game, it will take you over 20 hours non-stop to use every single car on this game right now. Sure thing, such an insane amount of cars doesn't make Asphalt 8 the racing game with the most cars, but surely it's placed on the top 10, which is quite crazy if you think about how most of those 403 cars were available for free to play players in the past. Since I was playing this game on the second half of 2018 and I had over 250 cars without a single dollar spent so far back then. It's obvious that these days things have changed significantly since then, and now, every single new car is blocked behind real money purchases. But still, if you have a look from the overall perspective, and well, for some reason you have kept playing all these years, the vast majority of the cars within the game have been completely free to log, which obviously doesn't excuse the fact that these days everything costs money and the game we all used to love it's no longer the same. But hey, rather than on the sad state of the game, today's video is about the huge milestone that represents being one of the racing games with the most licensed cars available. So let's keep going with it. Being completely honest, I don't know how many brands were added within Asphalt 8 in order to reach such a huge amount of cars, but considering there are cars which were brought from other games made by Gameloft, I think it's safe to say that there are somewhere around 70 to 90 brands, I would dare to assume. Some of them no longer exist, like Scion, which was a spin-off of Toyota or something like that, or Pontiac, which was declared in bankruptcy long time ago, despite we still can see one of their cars in the game. I never got a clear picture of how the licensing process works from one brand to the other, but considering the sheer amount of different brands that most of the time coexist within this game, I think it's worth noting that Gameloft certainly did a good job by keeping those brands in the game for so many years. Considering how Asphalt 8 is well on the road to its 12th anniversary, I think it is, which is quite crazy since I started playing this game when I was in high school and now I have basically completed my college education. I was about to say that Asphalt 8 is the game I have been playing for the longest time, but we both know it's false since I took a long break around a year ago, and still Clash of Clans holds the throne with 13 years, but hey, it's still quite a milestone, I think. Many of you guys will point out what's the point of collecting all the cars if at the end of the day all cars roughly feel the same to drive on this game, and you will be quite right, despite it wasn't always like this. There was a time where cars on this game had unique stats that made some of them more interesting than others because of being different, but eventually time passed and Gameloft removed this concept of giving each car a touch. Today, the only differentiating factor between one car to the other is either the acceleration or the handling, since the top speed is basically the same inside of each class, and on Asphalt 8 nitro is abundant, so most of the time you don't even have to worry about running out of nitro during a race, In contrast to the old days, now the cars arrive first through a treasure rush, where you can spend $150 to get the car then, or later through a car hunt, where those cars are blocked behind a $20 premium pass. Despite all of this, those new cars, which are mostly available for real money, still represent less of the half of all the cars within this game, which represents how good it used to be in the old days, and also for how long the friendly all free-to-play system remained. So yeah, while it's true that most of the cars feel basically the same when compared to other cars with similar rank and class, the truth is that a minor difference in handling, speed recovery, acceleration and other benefits that are not always displayed on the stats we can see from the garage certainly make some cars stand out out from the rest. The best example of that is the Gauntlet, where the fact that cars have to switch forced you to use different models for each one of the sections of the track you are racing at in order to make the best possible time. There is a difference, but the general feeling is that since cars go at basically the same speed compared to its rivals, these cars feel quite similar and in some cases even the exact same car, which is a valid backlash, I have to admit. And not gonna lie, all of this got me thinking, for how long will Asphalt 8 last releasing new cars, even if those are spaced out by 1 month intervals? The truth is that nobody knows. As far as I'm aware, the developers have plans to keep releasing updates for 1 more year, which is great because if it's true that I no longer play this game the way I used to back on my old days, I don't want this game to disappear. Still, it's fairly decent to kill some hours in long trips, and at the end of the day, the reason of why I am here making videos, even if these days are completely unrelated to Asphalt 8, it's precisely this game which helped me to gain my first subscribers here on YouTube. Being optimistic, I will trust on the fact that people still spend money from time to time on Asphalt 8, and that combined with the huge amount of money some players have spent through the years while building their accounts, Gameloft is still not thinking about closing this game on the near future. But the truth is that I don't know how expensive it is to keep a game updated like this one, even if it doesn't imply having a new track every now and then. So maybe keeping the servers and everything else this game needs to run is cheaper than I think compared to the total earnings it makes, or maybe it's more expensive. Only time will tell us, I guess. But until then, I will keep opening this game from time to time just to do some multiplayer races, maybe to chill while doing a trip through places with no connection, since one of the best things Asphalt 8 has is that it can be played without connection, and that stuff, I have spent a lot of money on this game through all these years, most of the time to make videos for you guys, just like I do with Asphalt Legends, so I guess it's valid to enjoy all what a game with over 400 cars can offer to me, even if it's just some chill races without killing my phone in heat, which, yeah, it's another issue Asphalt Legends causes. I do really hope that you all guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe in case you want to check out more Asphalt content. Drop your like if you are just passing by, and I will see you really soon as usual with much more Asphalt content. Goodbye guys.